for our webinar. It's the second in our What's New webinar series. And in this session today, we'll be taking a look at solutions from Zebra Technologies that will power your progress in the warehouse and on the manufacturing floor. But first, I've got a couple of housekeeping notes. This session is being recorded. You'll all receive a link to the recording in the next few days. Feel free to share it with your colleagues. We've got everyone's lines muted, but if you have a question, you can type it in the chat or in the Q&A, and we'll address it at the end of the session when we open everything up for questions. We'll do our best to answer everyone's questions during the session, but if we don't get a chance to, we will definitely get an answer for you right after the webinar, and we'll email that to you. With that, I'm going to introduce Madeline Brakey, account manager at Barcom. She has honed her skills over the last 5 years, getting her start with the company as a project manager. And through this role, she discovered a passion for helping customers achieve their goals of bringing greater efficiency to their inventory and asset tracking processes. And now, as an account manager, Madeline leverages the knowledge and industry connections she's gained over the last few years to deliver optimal solutions that meet the unique needs of each of her customers. She has earned the reputation of being a valuable resource for them and is thrilled to help make a difference in their operations every day. Madeline, would you like to kick things off?
Thank you, Leanne. So for those of you who are not familiar with Barcom, we've been serving in the industry since 1991. We do have our headquarters in Chattanooga, Tennessee, but we do have regional offices in Charlotte, North Carolina, Atlanta, Georgia, Birmingham, Alabama, and Greenville, South Carolina, so all over the Southeast. Since 1991, we've been committed to providing industry-leading barcode and RFID solutions for tracking, tracing, and controlling assets, whether that's inside the warehouse or out in the field. One of our original founders, John Brewcastle, remains actively involved, bringing continuity and decades of expertise to every project. At Barcom, our focus is on delivering total solutions by combining top-tier hardware, like what we're going to show you today, with tailored software capabilities. We offer robust barcode and RFID technology to help businesses track and manage assets efficiently. But we provide more than just hardware. We also have in-house engineering and programming teams that design and support custom software to meet each customer's specific needs. And by managing both hardware and software, we ensure that our customers receive comprehensive solutions that improve their inventory tracking and material managing operations. Our strong relationship with Zebra, a world leader in automated data collection hardware, allows us to offer a wide range of products from printers, scanners, mobile computers, tablets, and RFID readers. All of these we help you use to power progress in your operations. With over 3 decades of industry experience, we translate our extensive resources to support you best as the end user. From pre-sales consultation to post-sale services, we provide full project support to maximize the performance and efficiency of each solution. And today, we are excited to focus on Zebra's core hardware offerings and discuss some of the innovative new products along with their current lineup, which may be new to some of you. Our team is here to ensure that you have the expertise and tools needed to optimize your operations, improve your worker productivity, and ensure seamless material management. So now that you've heard a little bit about us over here at Barcom, I will be turning things over to the Zebra team to tell you about all that Zebra has to offer. So with that, Samantha, would you like to take it away?
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me today. My name is Samantha Hood, and I am our North America Regional Portfolio Manager for our Enterprise Mobile Computing portfolio. So just wanted to go to the next slide and kind of just show you an overview of our portfolio. Zebra, is number one in a variety of different markets, from our rugged mobile computing, our data capture, barcode printing, and mobile RFID. We believe that our people make the difference, and we've won several different Workplace Awards across the different markets as well. And as we're pulling up the slide here, one of the important things that I think that I want to call out here is that Zebra does invest 10% of our top line revenue back into R&D. This is very important for us. We want to be, we want to continue our market leadership position in the marketplace. Now I'll go to the next slide. All right, I just want to talk through, Zebra is a leader across several different vertical markets from,
Sorry, guys.
that's all right, Mike.
Yeah.
It's
Where did we go
testing
here?
my presenting skills here.
Yeah.
You can go
All
to
right.
the next slide, Mike. So Zebra is a leader across several of our vertical markets, from anywhere from retail to T&L, manufacturing, and our healthcare. That includes all of our touch devices, such as our TC devices. Within the warehouse and manufacturing and T&L, we have our MC series, which is incredibly popular in the marketplace. Our wearables for fit-for-purpose workflows and hands-free operation. We also have a wide variety of healthcare solutions as well, including our healthcare handhelds and our tablets. We have a very large portfolio of our rugged tablets, our vehicle computers, and our new KC50, which we're very excited about, that we recently launched, and we'll go into detail on that in the next couple of slides. Next slide. Just to start with our touch computers, we have our entry-level touch computer on the very left, which is our one of our essential devices, all the way to our most rugged touch computer in the very far top right, which is our TC7 series. You'll notice that all the sleeves that are highlighted in blue are we have 5G variants that can also operate in CBRS. You'll notice there's always a lower number and a higher number. The lower number is always our Wi-Fi only version, and our higher number is our cellular version. So, as you're moving from left all the way to the top right, you're going to see an increase in life cycle, and you're going to see an increase in ruggedability. So if we look at the bottom left with our TC2 series, we show that is a 3+3 product. That means Zebra commits to selling that product for 3 years from launch and supporting that product for 3 years after end of sale. So that's a total of 6 years of life cycle support. And when we say, support after end of sale, we mean anything from accessory availability to OS upgrades as well. As we move again from left to right as well, you'll also notice a significant increase in ruggedability as we move through the portfolio. And this year we recently launched our TC53E and our 58E, and we're going to go through that new product launch in a few moments here. And that we're positioning between our legacy TC5 and our TC53 and our 58. Next slide.
Samantha, can I ask a quick question while we're on this
Absolutely.
slide?
Sure.
So let's take a look at the TC72 versus the TC53. Where would you say the TC72 would work best over TC53 and vice versa?
So the TC7 series, we see a lot in, very harsh conditions, such as like a distribution center, manufacturing, T&L, where it's going to, face a lot of dropping on hard concrete and things like that. The TC5 series is one of our most popular selling models. You're going to see that a lot in our retail space. That would be kind of a traditional market that you would see that product. That's a great question.
Awesome, thank you.
Sure. We go to the next slide. So just to do a little bit deeper dive on our TC53E, which is our Wi-Fi, and our TC58E, which is our cellular. And we also have another SKU available, which is our TC53E with RFID. This is the first time we've actually integrated RFID scanning into one of our TC devices. And, the great news is that the RFID version versus the regular version did not grow in size at all. So it has, integrated RFID without expanding the size of the device. The RFID model is going to be short range RFID. So we're talking anywhere between, 4 to 5 foot RFID read kind of range. But it's wonderful as customers are thinking about, a future with RFID and future-proofing their solutions. So a couple of things I want to point out since we recently launched this product, customers that would be considering investing in this product would be getting in at the very beginning of the life cycle. So we're looking at, this device going through A17 with support until 2032. This is the most secure TC that we've launched thus far. It complies with Google Strongbox requirements, and Zebra is actually the first to comply with the Google's Strongbox requirements. I'm going to have you go back to the previous slide. And then it's actually made with 25% of recycled plastics, so a very good sustainability choice as well. It has all the major scan engines, and then it's a 4+4 product. Next slide. So, I highlighted a lot of these key benefits as well. But again, beginning the life cycle with that long life cycle range, this is really going to be a great product for legacy TC5 customers that are looking to migrate to the latest and the greatest. Next slide.
Samantha, I'm sorry. The
Yeah.
TC53 and the 53E, is the E replacing the TC53?
No, that's a really good call out. So if we go like one more slide back, we're actually adding it to our portfolio. So it's going to be tiered slightly above our legacy TC5 devices, and it's going to be tiered slightly lower than the original TC53 and the 58. So if you're looking for things like hot swap, right here, this is the slide I was talking about. Yeah.
Okay.
So if you're looking for things like hot swap, you're looking things like mobile dimensioning, or if you're looking at doing significant AI, capabilities, then you might want to up tier to the TC53 and the 58. If you're just, looking for, when we're moving from legacy TC5 to this product, you're going to see, increased durability and several other benefits as well. But that's kind of the differential of why you would choose one route or the other. Great question.
Thank you.
Sure. We can pop back over to where we were at. All right, next slide. Oh, this is the RS2100. This is a product I'm really passionate about and excited about. This product allows for a complete hands-free operation. It's the smallest wearable scanner in the marketplace today. It has a very, very thin Z height, which allows you, when you're picking in tight locations and tight shelves, you're able to, make that clearance so you're not going to get snagged. So great for picking. We're envisioning this also for front of store retail, for BOPUS picking, for pack station usage. You'll notice in the picture that your palm is completely palm free. So that means in terms of gripping boxes and gripping items and even being able to type, that can all be done with this setup as well. So it's very budget friendly as well. And very, very, very comfortable. It has a left and right hand variant, one size fits all, so you're not managing a whole slew of different sizes as well. And it's going to have, a very long runtime. That's one of the number one questions I get, when it's compared to the RS5100. So it's going to get 18 plus hours of runtime, 17,000 scans. You're still getting great durability with IP54, still going to do NFC to tap. And then this also can be utilized and found with our device tracker capability. Next slide. All right, we also launched our WT6400, which we're so incredibly excited about. It has gotten so much positive feedback in the marketplace. So we have significantly increased the size of the display from our previous WT devices. So it's a 4.7-inch display. It's incredibly comfortable. We redesigned in terms of the mounting. So it's very, very easy to put on, very, very comfortable. We have a double dial BOA, a single dial BOA, and then also Velcro straps. So a lot of flexibility there. We also added a integrated camera so that it can scan downwards to capture damaged packages. And of course, just like our other WTs, it will go down to -30 degrees. So fully capable for freezer temperatures. You're going to notice we also enhanced the keypad. So before it was a removable keypad, we've placed the keypad on the opposite side of the battery. So you're going to get the weight of the battery and the keypad offsetting each other for a fantastic center of gravity. And now that the keypad's integrated where it is, you can wear it on your left arm or your right arm. Next slide. All right, and I think we went through most of these, but you get that latest Wi-Fi 6E, which is wonderful. We added that data capture and then the photos as well. Next slide. So MC94, also another product that many customers are very interested in. We're seeing a lot of migration from the MC93 to the 94. The migration is very easy because all of the accessories between the 93 and the 94 are backwards compatible. And the list price of the 94 is even less than a 93, and you're getting so many more features and capabilities and ruggedability with the 9400. So we're really excited that now we have the 9450, which is the first time we've launched 5G in our MC devices. We're also incredibly excited about our new SE58 scan engine that can scan 100 feet away. So you're getting things like more processing power, more RAM, significantly more flash. Again, you're getting at the very beginning of the life cycle with upgradability all the way through A17, and then also that Wi-Fi 6E. Next slide. So here's just a call out. We can definitely probably make these slides available after the fact, but all the benefits that you're getting as you're migrating from the MC93 to the 94. And again, that migration is so simple because that backwards compatibility of accessories and a lower list price point. So it's all great there too.
Samantha, can I ask another question?
Sure.
So we have a lot of customers that debate the MC33 versus now the MC94 or the 93 in the past. Can you talk to where each of those is best suited?
Yeah, so the 9400 is going to be larger than the MC33. So that's kind of, a key differentiator too. The MC9400 only comes in the gun format, where the 33 would come in the gun and the brick format. But if you're looking from a ruggedability perspective, the MC9400 is going to be significantly more rugged. We have also a cold storage version of the 94 that you can order, a non-incentive version of the 9400 that you can offer. So, from a spec and a durability perspective and a feature perspective, the 9400 is going to be more feature rich. It just depends on what your use case is, what kind of environment you're operating in, and what your users' needs are.
Awesome, thank you.
Sure. Next slide. And then just calling out all the wonderful accessories that we have. And like I mentioned before, all those accessories are backward compatible. Next slide. All right, the KC50. So excited about the KC50. There's so much excitement. And every time I present the KC50 to a customer, they're giving me a new use case that we didn't even think of. And I think that's what's so exciting about the KC50 is just the versatility of the product. So it could be used in retail. It could be used in, a DC for pack stations. It could be used for, employee check-in. There's so many use cases with this device that really the possibilities are endless. So we do have two sizes. We have the 15-inch and the 22-inch kiosk. And you can use it in portrait mode or you can use it in landscape mode. And you'll notice in that picture on the far left, the Z Flex connectors allow you to, they're basically, you use USB little connectors for accessories. So you can plug in, that light that you're seeing in the top one for an accessory port, or a scanner. You can put a scanner in one of those accessory ports. So it really allows a lot of flexibility of the setup of the device. We also have, anything from counter height all the way to floor height. So a lot of flexibility there as well. And it's all the rugged ability that you know and love with Zebra, from an IP65 ball trap display testing. It's going to have, OS support through A16, the latest Qualcomm platform. It also provides voice support. So you can even do things like talking to it and having that capability as well. From a payment perspective, it can do contactless transactions with the display using Apple Vest, Google Smart Tap, and then it also utilizes power over Ethernet.
Samantha, can you speak to how exactly you're seeing this used in PAC stations? I think that would be a use case our customers could really dig into.
Absolutely. So we've been seeing it being paired with one of our ring scanners and having this connected directly into like your thin client or your thick client, and then having the packing list displayed on the display of this device. So yeah, it's kind of a unique use case for a warehouse. But again, every day I'm for talking to a customer and they're coming up with something even more. I've from a grocery perspective, it could be used for a deli order, or it could be used for a bakery order, or for self-checkout, or if you wanted it to be available to kind of go through different options, if you're doing something like a customized design build for someone in, a retail space or a, home design kind of application. There's just so many use cases for it. It's very exciting. And then also, I don't want to forget hospitality. So this is a great use case for hospitality, whether it's placing an order for food, checking in and scanning tickets. There's a lot of use cases for it as well. Next slide.
Thank you.
Sure. All right. And I also want to mention our ET6 with Windows that was recently announced. So we're very, very excited about this product and being able to open up even more use cases with Windows now with our ET6, one of our very, very popular tablets. So it has, the next gen AE driven platform, the latest wireless technology. It's going to have, the two form factors of, 2-in-1 laptop replacement, very rugged, more rugged, Wi-Fi 7, 5G capability, and then, some enhanced security features as well. This is a great choice for government customers or those that require Windows capability. Next slide. All right, and I definitely don't want to leave out our software, so I just want to do a brief overview on some of our software solutions as well. You can go to the next slide. So just a reminder about all the benefits that Zebra DNA for mobile computers provides. Anything from, setting up your devices in the most easy and efficient manner, security and managing your devices, being able to make sure that you're pushing those OS upgrades or using our Identity Guardian solution, or, pushing lifeguard updates, or even, restricting certain applications on your device, and then optimizing your devices as well, making sure that they're optimized and being used in the most effective manner. So just wanted to call that out again. And then we're going to go to the next slide. And I definitely want to talk about our Identity Guardian software. This has been very popular with customers as well. So most of our customers work in shared device environments, meaning that, when I'm a worker, I show up for the day and I get whatever device is available assigned to me. So, today, maybe your company isn't using a login passcode, or everybody's using the same passcode to get into the device. With our Identity Guardian solution, it allows you not only to better secure your devices, but also to provide accountability for your employees with these devices as well. So when I would begin my shift, I would take my ID, and at the barcode at the bottom of my ID, I would scan that ID with my Zebra device. Then I would show the device to my face with the front-facing camera, and it would it would connect the key biometric data points in the barcode with the key biometric data points of my face using the front-facing camera. And so it's 2 layers basically of security with both my badge and then the data points on my face, and then I'm logged in. So now, let's say I've run over my device with a forklift and I provide it back to my employer, I'm definitely now accountable for that device. That device was definitely checked out to me. So it has that. And then also a security perspective as well. We can also integrate SSO as part of this process as well, where then your user would just use their one company login ID and password, and now they're logged into all the applications on their device that are applicable to them. Again, increasing both security and productivity. Next slide. And then lastly, just wanted to talk about our device tracker solution. So our device tracker solution not only allows you to identify lost devices, but also recover those assets. So using our device tracker product, you can see what devices are lost. You can see the last access point that they were connected to, and then you can go to that area and use our Geiger counter and the alert capability to find that lost device. Next slide.
Samantha, hey, sorry to interrupt.
No.
Is this available on all your mobile computers, all the devices compatible?
Yes, that's a good question. It is available on I believe all of our mobile computers. And it also, we just launched this for our ring scanners. So now you can find lost ring scanners, which I know is a key pain point for many customers, such as the 5100, 6100, and even the new RS 2100.
And would that also include mobile printers, I'm wondering?
Mobile printers right now, from what I understand, are not included as part of device
I don't know
tracker.
too many people losing a printer, but yeah.
Yeah. No, that's a good question. Yeah. Right now, just our enterprise mobility devices. Yeah. All right. Next slide. I think that might be my last one, but we'll double check. Yep, that's my last slide. Thanks again for your time today.
Thank you. Alrighty,
Mike.
so to cover the printer side of things, we have Mike Cooper, who is one of the product specialists for printing over at Zebra. Mike, you want to take it away?
I'll take it away. Appreciate it. Thanks, Samantha. So really what I'd like to talk about are a couple of items along with the printers, and I'll kind of give you a quick agenda look here. So I'm going to bring up and just focus on the printer portfolio. I'm going to show some things that we've enhanced on the printer portfolio with the Wi-Fi 6. As you've seen in the mobile computing world and your smartphones and your laptops, everything's kind of moving toward the latest, greatest Wi-Fi characteristics so that we can improve performance. So we've done that with some of our printers as well, and we'll explain why we've done that. I'm also going to focus and highlight the ZT411, which offers a linerless solution. I'll hit a little bit of a summary on what linerless solutions are for those of you that haven't heard of it or are not using it. And then we'll also go into RFID, take a look at a couple of the newer readers that we've released this year, and even look back at some of the other fixed readers that have been out in the market for quite a while. I believe Tom Kiliansky is on the line as well. And if you want to interject anything and help out with questions, that'd be great. He's one of our product specialists that works with our partners like Barcom on selling our RFID. And then I'm also going to hit one of our basically RFID cradles. So this is used in conjunction with other mobile computers like Samantha was talking about. So it allows you to be able to future-proof a mobile computer and an RFID for multiple generations of devices. So it's great that you don't have to send back in the device and get it retrofitted for a particular different device. You can basically put an adapter on there and work with it. So we'll hit that, and then also just finally touch up on the industrial and rugged scanner device, the DS3600XR, which is a new product that we released this year. Okay?
Awesome.
Great. So for those of you that didn't know it, Zebra started out in printing, and then we acquired the mobile computing groups, and we added a lot of different newer technologies like RFID as well. If you look back at the, what we've been providing in the computing or the printing world, is we've provided industrial grade printers for doing barcode printing. We've added RFID to those same printers, but this industrial grade printer is more for the devices that you're going to be using maybe 3 shifts, maybe even 24 hours a day. That's built for that type of environment, built for the durable, rugged environments as well, with metal cases and very protected cases around the printer. We also have a line of desktop printers that we can discuss, but the desktop printers take up a little bit less space, don't have quite the volume as far as the number of labels you might be printing in a day. But you can still use those desktop printers around your facilities, around your operations, and print the barcode labels that you need to get done. We have a large line of mobile printer devices, again, starting with maybe our ZQ 600 series. We have the ZQ 500 series and also a mid-range ZQ 300 series. So again, you can see the delineation of different devices that we have out there. And if you notice there where we got the RFID mark, that allows for RFID printing. There's also a healthcare mark that will delineate devices that can use and is particularly designed for the healthcare environment, so you can wipe them down and they'll last in that environment for a long time. And we lastly have a line of card printers, again used for printing badges, even laminated badges. But that's probably a less known portfolio product that we have is these card printers, but it's out there in quite a few customer locations and being used today.
Mike, do you mind if I ask a quick question?
Go ahead.
So the ZQ 500 series versus the ZQ 600 series, where should we choose each one of those?
Yeah, the ZQ 600 series is typically used for printing labels, but it's also used for printing receipts and labels. I mean, that crossover is going on. But the ZQ 500 series is the more durable of the printers. So again, if I was going to be using a mobile printer with a shoulder strap, so to speak, walking around my warehouse or manufacturing facility, where I could tend to drop it, push it off of a pallet, it take a lot of abuse, I would consider using the ZQ 511 or maybe the ZQ 521 3-inch printer, depending on which size you need.
If we're mounting one on a forklift, which one would you use in that scenario?
Good question. Specifically, that would actually take me away from the ZQ 500, because the ZQ 600 series has fan fold option where you can bring up fan fold labels through the bottom of the printer. That's a kind of a caveat, but that would be a good reason to use the ZQ 600, basically the ZQ 630 plus on a forklift with a mount, and then have that fan fold label coming through the bottom. Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
All right, let's go ahead and bring up the Wi-Fi 6 capabilities. Basically, we've been shipping out the ZQ 600 Plus series with Wi-Fi 6, but we've seen customers really want to keep moving in that direction with newer features and functionality so they can run more devices. They want to run more of a modern network compliance or modern network security profile. So the Wi-Fi 6 allows for that capability. So we've decided to go ahead and continue to improve the performance of our devices, and we will be adding into 2025 Wi-Fi 6 on some of our industrial line printers and some of our desktop line printers. So keep an eye out for that. I'm going to focus now a little bit on linerless solutions. And I know most of you folks are on mute, but at the end of it, maybe you can give me a heads up or a thumb or just a call out if you're using linerless. But we have decided to go ahead and continue to add linerless printers to our whole portfolio of printer devices. Linerless is used in like printing shipping labels, order picking, direct store delivery, but it's also used when you want to cut back on waste. So if you look at a linerless media roll, it's going to have the label, and it won't have a backing on that. So if you look here at the standard label, you'll see that's basically got a backing on it, and the label peels off. In a linerless solution, you have specifically designed labels that are built for the printer, built for the size of the printer, built for maybe a smaller roll for a mobile printer, built for a smaller roll for a desktop printer, built for a larger roll, being used 7x24 for your big industrial printers. So the ZT411 will have that capability now, and you can run those linerless solutions. Again, as we move into cutting back on waste, this is a good solution for some customers.
Hey, Mike, just a quick question. So this is, when it comes out of the printer, it's ready to present to the box, correct?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
it's
we don't
got
do batch.
specific, one of the things that, many customers talk about, this can be a little fussy. You really do need to do a lot of viability testing with your labels. It's labels that are designed with adhesive that sticks onto your particular materials that you're affixing them to. So it does take a little bit more testing, but you can, again, get some additional capabilities out of the unit, and cut back again on the waste.
Yeah, very intriguing technology.
Yeah,
for sure.
The other thing is we've got a lot of ZT400 series printers out there. We do have a kit where you can actually put that kit onto those ZT400 printers and make them linerless.
By using Zebra's linerless media, are they kind of eliminating that test period? Because I would think you guys have tested it to be compatible, right?
Yes, we've done a lot of testing, so our supplies have been certified and tested. Our supplies have been certified and tested for specific use cases and printers. So again, we designed even the software, for example, in a linerless implementation allows for backing out the label if it gets stuck to the printer. So that frees up the label so it's easier to peel off and take care of things. But it's very important to look at the supplies that you're using if you go with linerless. Okay, thanks.
And is there an assortment of sizes, label sizes that you have, standard sizes that are liners?
If you look back here, the Zero liner is built for the ZT400 series. It's got a 1,000 roll, 2,000 roll, 4,500 roll. That'll give you an idea. And if you looked also at the linerless label rolls for our desktop, you'd see different sizes there as well.
Thanks.
We have seen this growth occur in linerless. So again, we're looking to add that more and more as we go into our printer portfolio. Okay, let's move on now at this point and talk a little bit about the RFID product portfolio. And I'll highlight a couple of items here. We've released this year the FXP20, which is a USB interfaced RFID device. So it's a reader that has a USB connection that you can connect up to your workstations and gather RFID and put them into your applications. So it's actually a fairly easy implementation for RFID, and it gives yourselves a lot of flexibility. We also have the FXR90 that I'll hit in just a few moments, and I'll highlight some of those options. And I'll hit lastly the RFD90 and the RFD40, which are again the RFID cradles that you can attach other mobile computers to, whether it's Zebra's mobile computers or a smartphone to the RFID reader. Again, the FXP20, as I mentioned before, it was originally designed for RFID at the point of sale, but we've also noticed that that's very good for workstation environments. Again, if you want to do a fairly easy implementation of RFID, you can look at using this device and attaching a USB to your workstation and adding in that RFID read. The other thing there is that basically, excuse me, let me move on. Let's move on to the FXR90. Again, that's been out for a while. It's used in our portal implementations as a fixed reader. You might be seeing that in the transportation and logistics warehouse environment, manufacturing work in process, raw materials, even in kitting and asset tracking or chain of custody. Again, this particular FXR90 is built to withstand a harsh environment, but it also has a multiple list of accessory or antenna connections that you can connect antennas to it. So it's typically used in a portal environment. But we've also integrated this antenna onto the integrated antenna. So again, it's getting a little bit easier to implement. You don't have to have a lot of cables for like a small workstation environment. You can just basically use this RFID antenna that's built into the top of the FXR90 device.
Mike, we've seen that in a lot of cases where we are wanting to implement 5 antennas. It's kind of that, so you're not having to upgrade to an 8-port. You can do the 4 ports and then the built-in antenna. So it's come in handy a lot recently in our installs.
So it's a very strong, capable fixed reader and gives for a lot more use cases that are out there.
Absolutely.
The additional thing that I didn't hit there was it also includes a 5G cellular functionality. So as you're looking to put these devices that are not in a Wi-Fi environment, but maybe like a security guard shack, you can use this FXR90 with a 5G connectivity.
We've looked at a few use cases that actually work with that cellular connectivity where customers are implementing them in the back of a truck. So that as they're unloading from a truck, it's scanning the items that are going out and then coming in. So in a case where they don't control the dock doors, they only control the trucks, that's a use case there.
Great example of that, certainly.
And we have one question real quick from Jared that I want to get addressed before we move on.
Okay.
He asked, are the FXP20 and the FXR90 using keyboard wedge to input the scans to the computer screen?
They have a buffer that's being built for that, and that's how the data is being pulled into the device. So you do have post processing and post processing of the tag that you can build in rules and functionality for that. Is that what you're looking at? Was it Jared you said was asking the question? I don't know if he can speak at this point, but
I was going to say, Jared, let me see if I can unmute you real quick. So you can.
Hey, can you hear me?
You should be good now. Yep.
So what I'm trying to get at is how we do things here is we'll assign RFID codes to products. I'm curious if those use keyboard wedge, because the current system we have, you have to place your cursor where you want the code to populate. I'm curious if that's how your antennas work or if they're using a different software.
Jared, I think we can work with you on that because again, we do have some processing rules that we can use for reading that UHF tag and allow for that integration. So a lot of what I think you're asking there is more of a software integration. So we'll work with partners like Barcom and our utilities, which we have a large plethora of different RFID functionality built in these readers that can help integrate into the software.
Okay, thanks.
Okay.
And to kind of clarify on that, Jared, we can get you in touch with your account rep and pull in a technical presence, but there's many different ways you can integrate with these, and it's just kind of making it work for you.
Yeah. Jared,
but we would love to take a look at that for you.
Things we'll do there is we'll basically look at our RFID 123 utility, and that's again an example of that type of pre-processing and post-processing of the tag reads that you can work with. Let's move on a little bit more to the RFID cradles. Again, this is an entirely adaptive solution. It's built for devices that might have a a pin connection on the bottom we call eConnex. That eConnex adapter allows for different devices that are specifically designed for a contact connection to integrate the mobile computer to the RFID reader that's here on the bottom, and with a green line around it, you can see that. The mobile computer is on the top. It's slanted up right now before it's sliding into the adapter. It has this particular contact adapter or either a Bluetooth adapter. And if you see the holder of this device on top of the reader, that's our adapter, and we change those adapters based upon the particular mobile computer that we're working with. So again, it's allowing you to be able to do a little bit more future proofing for an RFID solution as devices change, whether they're changing from let's say a 4-inch screen to a 5-inch screen, then you would change out the adapter when you move up to a larger screen. Or if you're changing from one of the Zebra touch computer devices that we manufactured maybe 4 years ago to one of the newer devices like the TC53 or 58 or even TC73 or 70 or 78, you can use a different adapter. Again, this is an option in the RFID portfolio. The cradle is there, but as Samantha mentioned early on, we also have that TC53E with RFID built into it, and that could be used directly on that one touch computer, one-piece device. Again, as I was mentioning before, you can use this RFID cradle solution with other smartphones that are out in the market. So we've integrated and worked with the OtterBox universe basically adapters that are available on a lot of Android and iOS based devices, and then we can use that OtterBox adapter inside of our adapter that goes on top of the RFD40 or the RFD90. So again, we got two different solutions of RFID cradles. One's the RFD40. If you look back here, one's the RFD90. And both of those actually come with a circular antenna model or a longer direct omni or single direction antenna that gets further distance. Okay. Let's continue now into more of the scanner portfolio. Again, just like the printer portfolio, we have a large list of different scanners that are used for either a tethered connection to a workstation or a Bluetooth connection to a workstation. They're used for also a Bluetooth connection to laptops, tablets, many of our mobile computers. And we have a lot of utilities and functionality built into them that allow for that connection to easily take place in a Bluetooth environment, for example, where you can just scan a barcode and connect up to a particular touch computer. And that barcode would be directly on the screen of that touch computer or on the screen of that tablet. But I'm just going to focus today on a new product we have released this year called the DS3600 XR. And on the right side of the screen there, you can see that DS3600 XR. Again, we're extending the range of this scanner because we've changed out the scan engine that's in the product and allowing us to go from maybe a 70-foot read range to 100-foot. We've also changed out the aimer beam. We've went to a green laser aimer beam that's a little bit more visible, 7 times more visible than the red has been in the past. So again, that can be used in your manufacturing warehouse locations, even some in the back rooms and the dock doors where you might have sunlight, where you might be even outdoors. That green laser allows you to see a little bit better.
Hey, Mike, just a quick question. We got a number of customers using the pick list feature. Is that available on the 3600 series? We are using it in your mobile computers, the 9300 specifically.
Yes. Basically, pick list is kind of a generic term that we've put into both the mobile computer devices and the scanners, the tethered scanners and the Bluetooth scanners that you see here. So that pick list is basically a feature that you can scan a barcode or configure through software to use it to narrow down the focus of the read range of either the mobile computer or the scanner, so that you can read multiple barcodes on the same label. When you aim your particular aiming beam directly at that third barcode on the right, you would get that focus narrowed down to where you could get to that particular barcode. And that's like you said, David, called the pickless mode.
Yeah, reading so far away, we want to ignore certain barcodes and only capture the one we want to capture.
Right.
That helps.
Yeah, when you get to maybe a 6 or 8, 10 feet away, that pickless mode is quite useful. Yeah. Especially when we've extended the range of these readers on both the mobile computers and the tethered scanners and Bluetooth scanners to go so far.
Great, thank you.
And lastly, on the DS3600 here, we are going to continue to offer and sell the ER model version as well as the XR. It's just for particular use cases, customers have been wanting to read even further in some cases, and that XR is going to be available. But they're both very, very durable. We've got basically millions of different DS3600 ERs that are out there, so we're going to continue to offer those. The cradles and the batteries and the chargers are all compatible across both of these models, as they are across the whole DS3600 model. So we'll continue to sell both of these units. Lastly, I'll hit here a Bluetooth adapter. Basically, if you want to use a scanner in a Bluetooth environment, you can use this adapter as a read point so that you can connect up the DS3600, for example, and have multiple scanners connecting up to that particular USB interface. So if you look here at this green box, it's got the ability to pass data back to a workstation, and you can have multiple scanners connecting up to this particular unit and passing data back into the workstation. In the past, if you looked at a tethered DS3600 environment, you would have a cradle there that's used for charging the unit after the shift of operation is over. Well, this Bluetooth adapter could be used for just devices that you're just swapping batteries in and out of the unit. So you don't have a cradle at that workstation, you might use this to do the connection point to your workstation.
Awesome. Alrighty, so we have about 7 minutes left. So I would love to get any questions answered that our attendees have. Do we have any questions?
I have a question about the MC9400. Is that,
okay?
What's the major difference between that and the MC3330 XR RFID? Are they both RFID readers? And what's the big difference on there?
So the MC90. Oh, go ahead, Mike. I'll let you take that.
All right, yeah. I believe you asked what's the difference between the MC94 XR and the MC33 XR. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. The MC3330 XR, the UHF RFID reader.
Right, and that is what we have now as far as a fully integrated RFID device. Let me back up here and give you a little idea.
Yeah, the MC94 does not have RFID in it, correct, Mike?
Yeah, that's correct. Not at this point.
Okay.
I don't have on the roadmap when it would have that, but we do have other one-piece RFID readers that are out there.
Jared's evaluating the 3330 XR.
Yes. So again, as I was talking earlier, Jared, about the RFD circular antenna option and the RFD 90s, you're looking at the 3330 XR or the 3390 XR. Again, that's a one-piece integrated RFID reader. We do not yet offer an RFID reader in the 94. And
Okay.
In a much more distant past, we did have an MC92 one-piece RFID reader. Okay.
Okay. Then it's a moot point that I'm
Yeah.
slowly looking into RFID.
But-
So thank you.
But
Mike,
your
can
thoughts
you-
there are the same. Yeah, go ahead.
Can you speak to the difference between the 3330 and the 3390? Both of the RFID options there.
Yeah. So the 3330 is built for a use case where you want to scan, let's say, all the RFID tags in a bin location or a room. Okay, and you don't really want to get a 40 feet read, 50 feet, 60 feet read that you might want to get with some of the other use cases. So a use case, like for example, I worked with an airline who was wanting to read all the different oxygen sensors that are in the cab of an airline cab or the airline fuselage. So we wanted to be able to get a long distance read when we walked in the front of the airplane, and it would read all the way to the front to the back the different oxygen sensors that had an RFID tag on them. Okay, so again, I was trying to get the longest distance RFID read I could, and I might have decided at that point to go with the MC3390, which is the longer distance RFID UHF reader.
Awesome.
Okay.
Thank you.
There's other ways to handle that too. You can basically trim down the read power, so you can shorten your read range as well if you want to basically focus that RFID energy to one shelf tag or one shelf bin, excuse me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. Any other questions?
Wow, this was great. Thank you so much, Mike. I appreciate all the information, and big thanks to Samantha too. I found it very informative myself. Hopefully all of you that joined today got something out of it as well. And we would love to talk with you in more detail about your specific use case. So again, we will be sending out the recording. We appreciate your time, and we look forward to continuing the discussion. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks all.
Thank you.